March 1st. Woo! It's been a long time coming. We are here, Healing Beauties, Jess.
And this is Healing Beauty Cin.
And we're back for another episode. What episode are we on now? 5? Is this 5? This ain't 5.
I think it is 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Well,
one of them.
We back, and we are so much better. And I am thankful to be here because it's been rough as usual.
Yeah,
but
it's been a journey.
I have great things to say.
Okay. Well, I guess first off, we should get into our business spotlight, and it is the author, Leathewriter. And she came out with her first book, Diary of the Unorthodox Gemini.
Yeah, Gemini gang. Love it, love it. I'll just read the back on what she said, what the point of the book was. Is she's the Diary of an Orthodox Gemini is an emotional roller coaster through my experiences, life lessons, and newfound understanding. This book is compelled of poetry and creative writing about my journey and self-exploration. Self-exploration. My hope is that you walk through my experiences, you find something worth taking with you as you journey forward. It also comes with one of 3 or 4 bookmarks. So make sure that y'all support her. She's on Facebook, Leathewriter, on Instagram, Leathewriter. She's on, the website, leathewriter.com, and email is bookleathewriter@gmail.com. And I was also able to hear her speak a little bit was that last weekend? No.
It was the Valentine's weekend.
Valentine's weekend,
yeah.
Okay. With the Luxurious 217, that happened at the Masonic Temple, and she did wonderful. So we always support our people. Make sure y'all support her. Find her on Facebook, Instagram, like I said, email, or on the web. Make sure y'all get y'all book.
She is a phenomenal writer.
Yes.
Like when I was reading it, I felt myself in so many of these stories. It was just like, okay, you see me.
Yeah.
Like
somebody felt
I'm not the only person who has gone through this or has felt like this or been at this low moment or just felt silly, felt stupid. So, and she's also a really good friend of ours as well.
Oh yeah. That makes it better.
She has such a beautiful spirit about her. I am proud of her. I love her.
Yes. And we love to support our people, as we've said before, but this one really sticks out because, you know, being who we are, we like poetry and, just knowing that there's other people out there that, like you said, can speak or write what we feel. We're not alone. So
she can connect with you through the pages.
Yes.
She doesn't. You don't have to necessarily hear her voice. You don't have to be there face to face with her, but you can feel every emotion that she's going through, and that takes some talent.
Oh yeah.
That's a gift. That's not something that anybody and everybody can do.
No.
So kudos to her again for taking the time and believing in herself and having the faith to put something out like this. It's one thing to say you want to write a book, but it's a whole nother thing to actually go and it's right here. Like she has something in her hand that if she never writes another book again, it doesn't matter because she had already accomplished this. Of course she has a lot more coming out.
Oh, we already know. And
but
we're rooting for you.
I'm just so proud of her.
Yeah. That's huge. Especially somebody our age, actually. That's what really got to me because we all kind of went to high school together. Not same high school, but still. And just to see one of our peers do something that big, we doing podcasts and our own thing, but to write a book, like Cindy said, like that's huge, you know what I'm saying? And, to be known worldwide, and then, her speaking engagements going to pick up, and, it's just the start to something bigger. And, like I said, I'm very proud and don't mind supporting at all. So make sure y'all get the book. Yes, we're proud of you. Okay.
All right. Well, next, let's get into some quick life updates. What we have been up to. I did my. When's the last time we did a podcast? It's been a minute, hasn't it?
It's been a minute.
Okay, well.
Last month. So just,
anyway.
Yeah, 30 days. 30 days.
Okay, so I did do a second photo shoot. It was like a boudoir photo shoot, kind of sort of sexy. So it was cool. I had fun. The women that I did it with were the same ones I did the first one with. We had a really good time. It was a lot of positive energy there. So that's been that. I'm still facilitating the class, and I feel like I'm getting more confident in myself. We had a guest speaker this past week, and the way that she did her presentation, the energy she had, and the way she, I don't know, just the flow of the presentation, really touched me, and it was just like, I want to be able to be confident enough in myself to do that. So, shout out to her. It was actually Julia Livingston. She is the executive director of CASA here in Macon County. And, she just did such an amazing job. Thank you again for coming out and speaking to our parents. But, that was cool. And it motivated me to really want to work on my public speaking, because that's not something that I'm strong at. Even being in front of the camera is nerve-wracking. I'm good until the camera turns on, and I'm just like, what do I say? Nothing can come out right, or stuff like that. But I know that happened for a reason, and I was tuned in, I was paying attention, so thank you to her, thank you to the universe, because you always got my back. Anything else been going on with me? That's it. My brother had his senior night. That was touching.
Yes.
He's graduating.
YouTube, your other.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So I've also she has my back as well. Started a personal YouTube with me and my significant other called For the Collective, and we're going to be talking about fashion, style, health and wellness. We're really healing and wellness, but that's all that's the same thing to me. And when we talk about, the healing and wellness, we're talking about, mentally, emotionally, financially, eating better, working out, all that type of stuff. Because me and him are trying to better ourselves as well. And we definitely felt that we could take you guys on this journey with us as well. And I always push my boyfriend to go out the box and do something different. And he has such a great sense of style, and he knows he has a good sense of style. But I'm just like, you can hit a whole different demographic with doing something like this. So
that's huge.
We're working on that, and we have a blog called For the Collective as well, and that is mainly fashion right now, but we'll also get into the health and wellness stuff too. We just started it out, but I'm definitely excited to do that with him. He's excited. It's something different for both of us, but
we got it.
Bam, we're out there doing something new. So that's what's been going on with me. I'm done talking. Now I'm going to push it over to Jess.
I like to hear you talk. So I'm going to say that now. Still in school. I'm getting ready for. Okay, no, I'm not saying that yet. Still in school, still working. My son just started AAU basketball. Shout outs to him. Last weekend I was unable to go to his game, but my baby hit the. What did he say? The buzzer beater. I guess the shot before the game is over, and him and the other team were already in double overtime, and he shot that ball. Man, I wish I could have been there, but I had other obligations. But he knows that I am his biggest supporter, so that's big. Traveling basketball is pretty, interesting. You get to see, different sides of the world, and just embracing, what it is he wants to do. So I'm doing that. Still kind of working on my brand, but I've kind of been taking the back seat. But things are about to come into full force here in a little bit. And then the last thing is a new event that's coming up in May 2nd It is called Owning Your Own Energy, and it will be here at the Decatur Library in Decatur, Illinois. I forgot to say it like people, like we just talking to Decatur here. No, but it's here at the Decatur Public Library, May 2nd, 1 to 4. And we're going to be talking about health and fitness and financial, and of course me. I'll be speaking, motivational speaking, and someone else is doing motivational speaking too as well. But I'll be in that conference, and I'm so excited. So that is Owning Your Own Energy Conference, May 2nd, 1 to 4 at the Decatur Public Library. Make sure y'all come and support. Yes. I have tickets, and if you need tickets online, I think it's on Eventbrite. .com. You can also purchase tickets there. They're $15. So make sure y'all support and spread the word.
Mm-hmm. And be looking out for pictures of her on that day. I'm going to style her. She's going to be looking too fly.
Yes.
Oh, and by the way, our friend, when she did her performance, I styled that bad boy
she
as well.
Looked
and she was looking immaculate. Yes. And she felt good about herself. And I guess that was something I forgot to say too. I did do that as well.
Personal.
But it was fun to do that. She looked good. She did wonderful. I wasn't there, but I was I saw the recording afterwards, and you could tell that she felt good about herself and everything. She was sending me pictures, and I'm like, yes, yes. But
that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what I enjoy seeing, because a lot of us were not comfortable in our skin.
No.
And
because of what the world says about us.
Yeah.
She that was not a typical outfit, but it fit her, and that's what we have to do. Dress or, look the part, like how you feel, and to hell with other people think, because it's not about them. It's about how you feel and, what you're presenting to the world. And really, it helps other people, come out of their comfort zone, because we don't, we like, well, I don't want to be the only one. But when you see other people, it's like, oh, okay, now I can do it,
Right.
And so that is something that, I look forward to, because I want to see me to style me,
She's gonna be looking fabulous. I'm just so excited.
So be looking out for the things that we got coming. Spring is on the way, and you know what that means. Good stuff, the stuff that we planted months ago is about to come and, sprout up and bloom. And so, we've been working hard to shed these, energies and things that don't matter to us no more. And so,
spring cleaning is going to be real this month. I feel it already.
I feel it. Yep. And
I woke up this morning like, I need to get rid of this. I'm going to go through this. I need to, it's time.
Yeah. But it also just lets y'all know that, you've kind of been, with us on this journey that, you can do it too. Start today. It don't have to be, a certain time in your life. Just start today. And little by little, it'll start to, you'll start to see the progress. I just had to be reminded that I am doing one hell of a job right now. Even though I don't feel like it, I had to take a step back and say, you know what? I really am. I haven't given up. I'm still trying my best. And that's all I got, And so that's, almost the better, and I'm just going to keep doing that. There's nothing else I can do. But y'all be looking out for us. We're not just doing these podcasts. We're going to be everywhere.
Right. We're not just talking.
We about that action.
Yeah. It's a whole lot behind the scenes when you're planting the seeds. It's not just putting the seed in the soil. You have to water it. You have to nurture it. You have to make sure that nothing is getting to it, that no animals are going to come and rip the seed up out the soil and, move along. Yeah. It's a lot that you have to do. So, don't worry about what the public sees or what you have to show the public, because you don't have to show the public anything but the final product at the end of the day, and showing them that you're growing and you're evolving. Don't compare yourself to anybody else, because that's their time. Your time is coming, and you can't
be patient.
You have to be patient, and you just can't.
Don't rush the process.
Right.
Rush it, because when you take your time, it'll show. But when you rush it, it'll still show, but it won't be what you thought it would be. And so that's really huge. Just think back. Last year, I'm not in the same position I'm in now. But that's because I've been working and, and mentally, physically, emotionally, all that, But I got good people by me too. that make sure that I'm good, and make sure that support is kind of necessary, because that helps you to keep focused and to keep going. So make sure y'all got good people around you when you plant them seeds, and be quiet. Don't be telling everything.
Oh yeah,
but don't tell the move before it's made. That's for sure. I live by that. Like, everybody don't need to know. That's what your journal and your thought process. Hey, it'll come. And like I said, don't rush it, because when it's done, it's gonna be worth it. And because you worked hard, you planted the seed, you got the right people around you, and when the world sees it, it's all the better. All the better. So yeah. So what are we talking about today?
So I am a big listener of Eric Thomas, Eric the Hip Hop Preacher on YouTube.
Yeah,
and I just love him. Yeah. I love his presentation. Mm-hmm. I love his delivery. Yeah. The story of him and his company, and it's very inspirational.
They've come a long way.
I love watching the podcast. Mm-hmm. Because to see these 4 black men talk about all the things that they've gone through, talk about how they got to this point, their struggles, the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. Yeah. And I mean, essentially all these guys are millionaires, except for maybe one, but he's on the verge of being a millionaire.
Hey, he in the right circle.
Yeah, he's in the right circle. Yeah. But they're so down to earth and so real at the same time. They're not, you wouldn't know that they were millionaires by looking at them.
No. And it's kind of personal, like we were saying earlier, like you could relate to what they're saying. Mm-hmm. And I think the last few ones have like really touched me, like, oh yeah. Yeah. So, I agree. Like, I think when we first got back in contact, we were talking about Eric Thomas, like, you listen to him? I listen to him too, but he is like really inspirational. I wish Decatur could get him into schools, because it'll really change some lives. But whatever, the time will come, and whatever.
It is what it is.
So,
but anywho, so I was listening to one of his podcasts, and I can't remember the title of it, but they were talking about accepting your responsibility and stepping out of your way, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And I know personally that's what I struggle with right now. I'm personally trying to break this cycle that is very hard, because I've been doing this cycle for such a long time. Yeah. And but I have to accept the responsibility that, okay, you are doing this, and it's time to change. So
yep. And
it's been, I don't know, I've personally been battling with my mind. I was just telling Jess this before we got on, that I've been battling with my old self. My old self and my new self have been battling, because I'm moving on and I'm progressing to be a better person, but that my old self and the negative thinking and the closed-minded thinking, it's so easy for me to get there.
Back,
and she's like, no, you're not leaving. We're going to stick
like a toxic relationship.
Yeah, it's like a toxic relationship.
Nope, you staying here.
But I have to tell myself, no, you need discipline. You don't have any discipline, so this is what you need to do. You are procrastinating. You are lazy. So you need to take responsibility and own that you have all of these characteristics. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that you have to continue and carry these characteristics on with you into the future. No. You don't have to hand these characteristics down to your kids. No. So I'm trying very hard, but like I said,
it's gonna pay off. Just be patient. Just be patient.
But that's basically, what we're going to be talking about today is accepting responsibility for yourself and owning your own energy. Owning up to the good about you, the bad about you, what needs to change.
I was trying to see if I could find the topic of it, but I couldn't find it, so whatever. Yeah. Make sure y'all check out the YouTube podcast. But yes, owning our own energy, and what does that necessarily mean? Us being healing beauties, we basically, try to educate y'all on, and just inspire y'all to take this journey with us, but also, apply it to your personal life. Yeah, so owning your own energy to me means that however I feel, how I dress, how I, look at myself, I'm owning that. Like, and can't nobody take that from me, I tell Cin IG all the time, people that's close to me, they know, like, I feel like I'm a bad bitch. I mean, like, I do this shit. Like, can't nobody take that from me, like, I know what I'm capable of doing, and I just feel like, not necessarily a bad bitch, because I hate that term, but just knowing that, like, I'm a boss. I know I can get anything done, anything that I want, I'm gonna get, with hard work. I'm a good friend. I mean, lots of great things about me, and owning my own energy means that the next person that's negative, that's trying to take me down, they can't get to me. Nothing that they do can stop me. My past can't stop me. Anything that people say about me that used to hurt me don't matter no more, because I'm owning my own energy, and I think it's starting to show. You might see a little glow, more smiling, because I'm owning my own energy. You had to throw that in there. You know what?
I just had to let that know. It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing at all.
I'm very proud of her for doing all this, because you can see that she is loving herself more, and she's just enjoying life, and it's like, this is what I'm doing. I'm putting it out there. You can either support it or not support it, but at the end of the day, like she said, nothing can stop me, and no one can stop me.
No. And I just want to add, like, if I could look back in my life at a time where I was trying to please everybody, and now it's like, I really could care less if I please you or not, because I'm doing this, And I think every person should take the time out to figure out what is it about you that you're going to stand firm on, and not let nobody get in the way of that. Whether it's how you dress, whether it's how you act, whether it's your appearance, how you changing your life. Don't let nobody come in between that, because at the end of the day, you have to answer to whatever power you serve, and people ain't it. That's not even an option. Mm-hmm. So, really owning your energy is being confident. If I could sum it up, just being confident and knowing that, even if I have a bad day, I'm still going to push myself to be the person better than the person I was the day before. So that's what owning my own energy means to me.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. What do you feel is a way to own your own energy? If you're a person that just feels lost, completely lost right now, you don't really know what direction you want to go in. All you know is that right now, the place that you're in, you definitely know this is not where you want to be. Okay. What would be one thing that you would do to, progress into owning your own energy, taking back your power?
I always suggest journaling, but I've been thinking about that. Like, journaling ain't everything. So, I would say get around the right people, but it's hard to do that, because you don't really receive that.
Yeah. And sometimes in those situations you have trust issues, so it's hard to
do that first.
Be around. Yeah, initially it's hard to.
I would say, start every day. Like, when you wake up, just trying to say affirmations if you don't know what that means, getting to understanding that, speaking life into yourself. Whether that means looking in the mirror and saying, I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, I know that, I'm owning my own energy today, and mean that. You know what I'm saying? Start there. I'll say that first. And then as time goes on, you will begin to feel that. You feel that in your heart, like at the bottom of your heart, I am who I say I am, and nothing's going to get in the way, with that. And even when things get bad, like, nothing's going to get in the way of this, because stuff is going to come. And I think that's where the challenge is, when things come and we start to forget who we are, and then, we start to back down. But no, that's when you rise up even higher. So you said one thing, I would say, wake up every day with the mindset that I'm going to be better. and it has nothing to do with people. What am I going to do to make myself better? Maybe it's taking a shower. Maybe it's eating breakfast. Maybe it's changing my eating habits. You know, drinking more water to clear all that energy. You know, bad energy out. I mean, it could be a wide range of things, but I would say start in the morning. You know, every morning and at night too, before you go to bed, just so you know those thoughts, positive thoughts, are still in your mind. So, what about you? One thing.
I do like the affirmations. Something to go along with that. Mm-hmm. You can also listen to motivational videos on YouTube. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're constantly, if you're a person that listens to music in the morning, sometimes the music that we listen to isn't necessarily conducive to what we're trying to accomplish that day. Sure. And they can have subconscious messages that aren't necessarily beneficial to us in becoming a better person. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Not saying that you can't listen to music, because, I mean...
But it's the right type of music. Yeah, in the morning. I wouldn't be listening to, sometimes, on Fridays I listen to hip hop. But throughout the week, you know, I'm either listening to gospel or, like you said, motivational or meditation. Just turn it down. Nothing. Silence.
But you can just put on a 15 minute motivational video on YouTube. Yeah. Just to get your mind going for the day. Get your mind set for the day, and also, you know, check your intentions for the day. Mm-hmm. Or, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what my plans are. This is what I want to accomplish. So, you know, my day's not going to stop until these are accomplished.
Yeah. The intentions. I think that's pretty big. Like, what are your intentions? You just said that before we started. Like, I have to check my intentions for everything that I do. But that also helps to, like, not deter you from doing something that's not on the list, you know?
Right.
You gotta stay, you know, kind of focused. And like I said, things are gonna come, but we don't have to when we know the intent, you know, what the intentions are. So that's big. Big.
It is big to check your intentions, because sometimes we'll have ill intentions about something, or we'll have an ulterior motive about something, and we think we're trying to help in the situation, or okay, this is going to help me if I do X, Y, and Z, but in the back of your head, you know, this really isn't going to help me. I'm only doing this because maybe it's my comfort zone, or I'm doing this because somebody else asked me to do this.
Right.
Or I'm doing this because a family member or a loved one wants me to do this. And if it's not true to you and what you want out of life, then you don't need to be doing it. And also, if there's people around you that aren't on the same path as you and don't understand where you're coming from, I mean, that's okay. That's all right. It's nothing wrong with that.
But you know, you can't really be fooling with them because they don't understand, you know, what you're trying to portray. So beware that. I wanted to briefly with 4 topics, which are financial, owning your energy and your being in financial, in your physical wellness, emotional and mental. Just briefly touch on those, what that means to you, or how, you know, someone could own their own energy in those 4 topics. So I'll let you go with that.
Okay, well, as far as financially, I would say
that's a big one.
Yeah,
because we're at that age now where finances do matter. So I'll just put that out there. You know, do not play when it comes to that. Take it serious. You know, I'll keep it there. I'll keep it there because, you know, I preach. Let me tell you.
No, being disciplined when it comes to your finances, being smart when it comes to your money, and making your money work for you. For the past month and a half or so, I've been looking more into investing because I mean, that's what people that are making millions and millions of dollars are doing. They're making their money work for them. They're making money off of their money.
Yeah.
And why can't we do that too? So, look into investing. If you want to invest into stocks, if you want to invest into real estate, which is something that is really booming right now.
It's huge.
If you want to invest into, companies, the startup companies.
Yeah.
There's different types of investments. I am currently reading a book about Warren Buffett. Actually, I think I have it with me.
Got it?
I think so. Yes, right here.
See? That's how you know she's serious about it. She got it right on her. Pull it out on us.
But yeah, it is Warren Buffett, and Interpretation of Financial Statements. It's written by one of his good friends and I believe his daughter-in-law. And I just started reading it, but it's a very easy read, and I'm learning a lot of information as far as when we get into more investing, how to look at companies, and also when we start our own companies, just what are things that we need to be doing in order to make sure that we're successful long term, not just a quick sprint to make some money, because we're trying to build a legacy, we're trying to build generational wealth, and people of color, we
should be doing that.
Yeah, we should be doing that, and we have every right to do it. If there's plenty of other people that are doing it too, so we need to be able to hand down something to our kids other than shoes and clothes. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, because I love shopping. My boyfriend loves shopping. My daughter goes into a shoe store and she's picking up shoes. We enjoy that stuff. That's one of our hobbies. But it is deeper than that. And we need to have finances in order to shop. We can't make money off of that.
Don't go broke trying to do it. That's what we're saying.
Exactly.
I just want to say as an example, we see the Jay-Z's and Beyonce's, and we want what they got, but the thing is they invested in themselves, and now they can invest in themselves and their kids. They have, wealth to, not because they got music, but both of them have their own separate things. And I just think that people get so wrapped up in, the money aspect instead of the invest aspect. And you can't miss that. Money is going to come to you when you're doing right anyways. When you're trying to break the generational curses, when you're trying to build wealth for your kids, the money going to come. That's, but get a solid foundation, like you saying, so that it can accumulate. And then that broke mindset of buying shoes and clothes, that won't be your target thing. You're going to try to keep investing. And I think that's where a lot of people lack. You don't have to look like money to have it. You know what I'm saying? You're just really nice. And I couldn't even tell, if it's the Leathewriter or what, because you make it look good. I don't know how much money you got in your bank account, but you look nice. Okay. So,
not spending a lot of money
at all, but see, that's where we got to change our mindset. And then who are you doing it for? Exactly. That's the whole point of owning your own energy. Who am I looking good
for? Setting that intention. Why am I going to buy these $500 pair of shoes? Versus the $100 pair. Why am I doing this? Because this is what I want. If that's what you want, then that's okay. But are you doing it because this is the trend? This is what everyone else is doing, especially if you're not able to afford that. If you can't afford that item, then there's no reason for you to be trying to keep up with the Joneses. And then on top of that, it's tax season right now. And a lot of people, when they get their money, they're out buying the big screens and everything. But, take some of that money and invest it. Take some of that and you can make that into a down payment for a property, and then you can profit off of that property, each month. And just however you want to do it, but just be smart about the money. And it's not going to be something that's going to happen overnight. You're not going to invest money today and then tomorrow you're going to be a millionaire. It's nothing like that. But you're going to be learning how to build your generational wealth. And then in turn, you can hand that down to your kids. And that stuff can stay in your family for years and years and years and years.
My thing is, I'll use one example. So last year I bought a car, and I still got that car. In the last 10 years, I've probably had 6 cars, and this is the only one that I've had that was good. So my point in saying that is I invested in myself to have a decent car because I need means of transportation, and I'm still able to use that car. It's pretty nice, and I didn't pay that much for it. I mean, to me, it wasn't a lot of money, but I mean that I made an investment in myself so that this year, when I get a tax return, I don't have to buy a car. That's the type of mindset that we have to have. Don't just spend the money because it's there, or just because you see it, you gotta get it. Take some time, like you saying. What's the intent? Yeah, my intent was to buy that car, so I don't have to buy one this year. And I thought about like I could really invest in myself this year with the little tax money that I get, so that I can keep next year. I don't gotta, keep repeating the same cycles. But I had to get out of that broke mindset. That just because I had money, I had to buy it. And not only that, I'm doing this by myself, so I'm not saying like I just blew tax money every time, but the thing is, I every year I invested in myself, and I was trying to think smarter. And I just wanted to say, like I said, last year, it played off this year. I was able to not spend it on the car, and now I'm able to invest in all my little business adventures and my kids, whatever that they need. But that's the point of having money, so that it can go in different spots and that it bring you more money,
Yes.
I know a lot, who was it? Was it Issa Rae that had the article about we can't just have one income, but I mean all of us.
The average. I'm not sure if it's that or not, but I have heard that the average millionaire has at least seven streams of income.
Yeah, that's important.
You're doing way more than just working your job.
Oh yeah.
So
I try to tell people that, when I be preaching, that I just said this to a lady today. I said, we have. I don't like when people get too comfortable in their job. Maybe that's for them, But a lot of us in the older days and things of that nature, they think that one job is supposed to. No, you're unhappy at the job, first of all, and it's not really bringing you any happiness. So you know what you need to do? Use that one job to make other jobs. But what is it that you like? That's owning your own energy. To me, financially, like what else?
Freedom.
Yeah, financial
energy.
What? I don't want to. And getting out of debt.
Time is money, and time is your most valuable asset. And honestly, being in one place, working for 8 hours a day,
is tiring.
It is tiring, and then
boring.
you have to go, and then you go home, and
you're unmotivated.
Yeah, you go home, you're unmotivated, you're tired, but on top of that, if you have a family, you have to make sure that, that they're good, you're cooking dinner, you're helping with homework, you're cleaning up, and everything else, and you don't have the time or the energy to do anything else for yourself because you spend most of your day making somebody else.
I was going to say that, for somebody else, and they could care less.
They could care less, because if something happens to you tomorrow and you die and you can't go to work, they're just going to replace you with someone else. They're not even going to send you roses to your funeral. Like, none of that. It's a card, nothing. Just, oh, dang, they're not here anymore. Okay, well, make sure you post their position up there. We have an opening.
That's the honest to God truth, though, and so now that, I'm understanding about owning my own energy, about who I am and what I have to offer, that one job is not going to do me much. But over time, I've been able to establish stability. Right. And, thankfully, I'm in a position to where I don't have to just do one job. I can do multiple jobs at once, which I do. But a lot of people don't got that. Don't slave for somebody else's dream when you could do it for yourself. You don't know what that is? Find what it is that sparks you. Maybe it is shoes. Maybe it is fashion. You know what I'm saying? But invest in that so that it could give you what you need. We should all wake up every day excited for our day. Some days, we have our moments, but I wouldn't. No, I'm not getting ready to give my all to just one thing. I need to be able to, blossom in other areas. So that's one aspect of owning your own energy financially. What about mentally? What would you say?
Owning your own energy mentally. I would say that means that you have awareness, you're mindful of the energy that you're putting out, you're mindful of the energy that you're receiving, you're mindful of your actions, you're mindful of your intentions, and you are staying true to yourself in who you are and what you are. I guess that's pretty much like how I feel like what it means.
Yeah.
A way to help with that, as we talked about before, meditation always helps.
Yes.
Journaling. Mm-hmm. Since it's getting warmer out, going out for a walk, a brisk walk.
Sun gaze.
Or you don't even have to walk. You can, sun gaze. Mm-hmm. You can just lay outside, put a blanket down and just lay out in the yard. Or just, you can go out, sit on the patio, sit on the porch.
I can't wait.
Whatever you want to do and, sit in the sun, get some vitamin D.
Yes.
We've talked about going to counseling, to therapy. If you don't want to do that, finding a support group, either in town, a local support group, a support group online, just somebody that you're able to talk to. Yes, there's some type of outlet. If you're into music, you can play your instruments or write or produce, whatever that it is that you do. Let your creative side out. I believe each one of us are creative, so we each need to have some type of creative outlet, just to let go.
And don't be afraid of what people may think of you, because a lot of times I used to think I was weird, so I'm still weird, and that's fine. But I'm owning it. But a lot of times, people that play instruments and things of that nature that are out of the norm, they don't do that because of what people are going to say. But when you're a creator, a creative, you get around people that are just as weird as you. I mean, that's what people call it, so whatever. Yeah. But you feel like it's fulfilling to you when you're around those people. You know what I'm saying? I like poetry and music and, all the creative stuff, museums and art. And so when I'm able to be around people that do that, it helps stimulate my mind. I'm able to, just think of more how I can be creating my own. I don't have to be like them. I can do what it is that my heart's desire, but they can give me some type of inspiration or motivation to keep going. So, if you don't think that you're creative, you're lying. Because you are. You just haven't tapped into it yet. And it may be the thing that you're afraid of doing because you're afraid of what people are going to say to you. But own your own energy.
Yes. And a lot of us have these creative outlets. We do these creative outlets a lot more when we're kids. Mm-hmm. So think about think about what did you used to do when you were a kid? Man, I used to listen to music all the time, or I used to write songs all the time, or I used to write stories, or I used to love to make videos. Whatever it is, think about that and just be like, okay, well, why did I stop doing that in the first place? And it's normally just because you get older, you become a teenager, you're going through puberty. These other kids aren't doing this, so you want to do what they do. Maybe you got more into sports or something. Or maybe you got more into boys, more into girls. You weren't worried about
being a creator.
Being a creator anymore because you're trying to get him, you're trying to get her, So, but think about that, because when we're younger, we don't care as much. We don't care as much what people are thinking about us because we're being us. This is what I want to do, and this is what I enjoy.
I'm comfortable in the skin that I'm in.
Right, but when you get older, you get around other kids in certain environments.
It ain't accepted.
Right. It's weird, and then all these other negative connotations that go with it, and you shut yourself down, you shrink yourself. Yeah. So, that's just something to think about.
If you don't mind me asking, what was something that you were creative at as a child, and do you use it now? Do you do it, I should say. Do you do it now?
Honestly, I used to do a lot of stuff when I was a kid as far as creative. I played the piano, I played the clarinet, I played the violin for a brief period of time. I stopped when I graduated from high school, at least with the clarinet. I stopped the piano when I was younger. Yeah. And I was just real big into music. I love listening to music. Each time a CD came out, I went and bought it. I was my friend in my past life. Right. So I would be writing different songs and stuff. I just did all of that. And I don't do that anymore now. I still listen to music and everything. There are all types of music, jazz, R&B, hip hop. I listen to some country, some pop. I like some rock. I like a little bit of everything. Yeah. But I'm just not into
writing.
into like the writing and stuff like I used to be. But I mean, I love the beats and everything, and I don't know, it's just something about it. So, but I have been getting more into like writing stories. I used to write stories when I was younger.
Cough. Y'all hear that?
I have been doing more with that just because I don't know. I come up with these elaborate ideas, these elaborate stories in my head.
Y'all get ready. She gonna be publishing the book next.
Especially some stuff, based off of my actual life. Because I mean, I've been through a lot of crap, especially when it comes to men.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking about that earlier. Men like drove me crazy. Like from the time I started dating me, interested.
Till now,
they've really we've gone through a whole lot. But yeah, that is something that I have been doing a little bit more now that I used to do a whole lot when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, I'll say, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a teacher. So guess what? I'm about to be a teacher. I'm a teacher in any aspect, not just in a classroom. I'm a teacher, no matter what. I want to be a teacher, an artist, and a photographer. And yeah, I like to write. I love music. Like, I'm still a music fan, huge music fan. Now that music isn't the same as it was in the 90s, I gotta pick and choose now. But it's still some good people out there. Like, I love her. And there's a few other people, but anyway, so I was real big into music. I wanted to be a music producer, because we had Timbaland, Jazzy Faye. We had people, back in the day they still write, but they're not as out there like they used to. But that's what I wanted to do, and so now I'm still into art. Any chance I get to go sip and paint, I'm going. But I'm about to start. Me and the boys are gonna start doing more art here in the house. That way, that could be our bonding time.
Fun, yeah.
And let them be creative, because I know that they're creatives because they talk. And then photos. I'm about to start doing that and get me a camera and just freelance. I probably won't do like clients and stuff like that if that's what I really want to do. But just taking pictures, I love that. I always had a camera with me, and whoever gave me gifts back in the day, they would give me. Well, my mom would get me cameras, so that's huge. What's the other one I said? An artist. I already said that. Teacher. So I'm pretty much doing what I wanted to do, but like you said, I had to go back. Like, what is it that I used to like? And now it's starting to play in. Like, yep, that's what I still find joy in that.
Right.
And so I think that's big as an adult, and you don't have to have a group of people do it with you. Do it by yourself, and just enjoy that time. That's self-care. Yes. Big self-care things, but that's where your heart is happy at. I'm okay with a brush and paint and just doing. Actually, I have one of my paintings in there, but just being free to do whatever, and it doesn't have to look like anything I've seen. I could do what my heart's desire. So that's huge, to be able to own, what you used to like and still may like it, and you may find new hobbies. Like now I'm really into nature. I don't like the bugs, but I'll sit in the sun and sun gaze. Like, that's new. I didn't know that, but now I enjoy that, just being out in nature and stuff like that. But I can't stand the cold, but whatever. I love the sun. Because it heightens you to feel like today. I just felt really good. That the sun is coming out. I can
she
take
came
walks.
To the door like, hey. I was like, hey, how are you doing? Like,
how you doing? No,
like, you got a man in there?
He's coming. I don't know when, but he's coming. Okay, that's just gonna make it better. But no, for real though, like it just heightens you to want to do whatever your heart's desire, and just encouraging the kids to do that. Like. Oh, I'm so ready for them to, really tap into what they're creative on. One of my sons is a historian. He wants to know all about the history, and I told him today, that's not my field. I don't know. That's why you got a phone. Ask Google. But no, really helping your kids to tap into that is huge too. So they don't have to wait till they're an adult to go back. They can start it now. So that's big. That's big. What we say? So we have financial and mentally.
So what would we say emotionally?
Whew.
I'll let you start with that one.
Emotionally, being that I'm an emotional being, I'm so soft, but that's okay. I would say we're gonna do one thing. Don't let your emotions make decisions for you. I will say that because it's personal. Yeah. Don't let your emotions make decisions.
Don't react.
Don't react.
Work on not reacting.
Yeah, emotionally use your better logic. So owning that would be, this is what I'm learning. So when someone makes me mad or something that doesn't go well, I'm not going to react with the first thing I say. And some people think that this is wrong, but I know me. Like if you make me mad, I'm going to cuss you out. And that's not the proper thing to do, because my mouth is kind of lethal, and you probably don't want me to cuss you out. You know what I'm saying? So owning my own energy would be knowing that I can probably cut your head off, but I'm going to wait until I'm calm, and I'm going to come to you in a respectful way. Now, some people take that offensive, like, you should have just told me. No, that's me owning my own energy, knowing that I could probably cut your head off and you probably would hate me forever. And I don't want that. Not to say that you matter, but it's how you go about things. So emotionally knowing what you can deal with and what you can't deal with. When it comes to other people's emotions, I kind of take it on, but I'm learning not to. Right. I can still be your friend and be supportive to you without taking the whole thing on, because it's not my thing, Right, yeah. And so I think that's very big emotionally. Ooh,
yeah, you can't always step in. If you're a person that does take on a lot of emotion of your friends and family, or any other loved one, you can't always step in and help everybody and try to alleviate that situation, because you could possibly be stepping into their karma. This is something that they need to deal with. But if you step into that situation, then you're taking on that karma into your life as well. So you already have all this other stuff going on, but now you've taken on this load that you didn't have to. Yeah. You have to let those people go through those cycles and learn that, then learn to break them.
Just be a support.
Yeah, you can be a support and everything. You can be honest and truthful. Yes, be honest and very truthful with those people. Never sugarcoat anything.
Do not.
But of course, be respectful. You don't have to necessarily cuss them out and make them feel low about themselves. But just let them know, hey, I understand you're going through this right now, but I'm just not at a point where I want to hear all of this. Like right now, personally, I'm in a sensitive state right now. I can't be around people that have a lot of high energy or a lot of issues going on, because
you don't have that capacity.
Yeah, it's going to drain me, and I'm just not right now. Like, I have to get some.
Probably not ever, because you're changing. So that's not going to happen. Knowing the boundaries. Okay, that's another one. Yes, knowing boundaries. Being a people pleaser in my past life. Not knowing when to put up boundaries. Okay, for example, if a guy talks to me, I'm gun-ho and ready to hold conversation, but people tell you who they are based on the conversation. So if I hear something that's going to further let me know that this ain't going to work, cut it off right then and there. What are we waiting on? Learning that now, I feel better about myself. I'm not prolonging anything. I'm not putting myself in a situation that I'm going to regret. Saying yes to yes and no to no. Yes. Like, that's huge. And a lot of people don't have that, because we're afraid that we're going to hurt other people. But I feel like if they're for you, they're going to stay. And they're going to understand. And you're going to say it in a way that it's not too rude. We still have to respect people, in a way. But either you're going to stay or you're going to go. And that's just that. But knowing that, emotions and all, you got to learn to cut it off. You got to learn your place in people's life and what you can and can't handle. Yeah. Like you said, right now, I can't, but you're standing up for yourself and saying, right now is not a good time for me. And it probably won't ever be, because we're growing and learning different things. And some of those things, it don't pertain to us anymore. We can't handle other people's problems. We got to do what's best for us right in this moment, and what's going to plant the seed that's going to grow for further. So I agree with that. Yeah.
So, what is our last one? It is physically.
Right?
Physically. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, this one I feel like is very easy.
Yeah.
Of course, eating right. But when I say eating right, you don't have to
eat a salad.
Yeah,
it's deeper than
you
that.
don't have to necessarily, cut off everything that you enjoy, because it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you still enjoy sweets, that's fine, but you could find better alternative to sweets. If you enjoy
pop and juice, there's alternatives for
it's alternatives for that as well, because you have to feed your temple, because if you're not giving your body the right nutrients, then you can do all the meditating and journaling and stuff. Yeah, that's going to help to a certain extent, but you're not going to get to your fullest potential, because your body isn't absorbing the right nutrients for your mind to be clear, and for for your colon to cleanse all of the waste out. If you're putting toxic stuff in,
like you said, it's not a diet. This is a lifestyle. So it's what you eat that's going to produce the fruit, And I know that we've had the triangle all of our lives, what to eat, dairy, blah, blah, blah. But I'll say this. That was good for us then, but now it's not. Eliminating some stuff. And this is just personal, because, this is what I'm going through. I've fasted probably more in my lifetime than I ever have in the last 2 years. And so I know what my body can take, and I know what it can't take. But what I'm learning is, like you said, it's important for my temple. I know that the things that are right for me are going to, but when you fast, your body will not allow you to eat certain stuff anymore, because it's a discipline. Like sweets. I have my moments, but I don't eat as much sweets. Pop, totally out of I don't even drink pop like that. Like every once in a while, but like I really have to be thirsty to be drinking some pop. But that's because I'm conditioning my mind and my body to want what's best for us to be better. I want to think clear, and if I'm eating bullshit all the time, then I'm not going to be able to do that. Exactly. So and it's a process. We